Shohei apologized to me. Can you believe it?
Stephen Vogt, who was named the 2025 MLB Manager of the Year, has repeatedly shared stories about Shohei Ohtani. Even though Vogt's team only faced the Los Angeles Dodgers 3 times in 2025, why was he so deeply moved by Ohtani's actions? Let's uncover the truth behind it.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe.
Did you know there's a heartwarming story between Stephen and Ohtani?
It happened on October 5th, 2022. At the Oakland Coliseum, during a game between the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Angels, it was a special day, the final game of Stephen Vogt's career. In the bottom of the second inning, with 1 out and no runners on, Vogt stepped up to the plate. Then, a heartfelt announcement by his children echoed throughout the stadium. "Our dad, Stephen Vogt." The entire crowd erupted into thunderous applause and cheers. At that moment, Shohei Ohtani, standing on the mound, stopped his motion. Alongside catcher Max Stassi, he quietly waited until the standing ovation came to an end. An NBC analyst, Dallas Braden, had this to say: "Max Stassi and Shohei Ohtani stepping off like that. That's pure respect. They're giving Stephen Vogt the time to truly soak in this moment." Then came the 5th inning. 1 out, a crucial moment in the game. Up to that point, Shohei Ohtani had been perfect on the mound. But he had no intention of taking it easy, even against a player in his final game. The first pitch, 100 miles per hour. The second, 99 miles per hour. And the third, a sharply dropping splitter. This was nothing but a full-force showdown. David Ortiz, a Hall of Famer who was on commentary for Fox Sports, broke down that moment like this: "Don't get it twisted. Ohtani isn't being mean. This is the highest form of respect. Think about it. If Ohtani took something off and floated an easy pitch down the middle, Vogt might hit it out. But after he retires, how would he feel? He'd remember it forever as a gift from Ohtani. That's disrespectful to a player." What Ohtani is saying is this: "I'm not going to treat you like some helpless old man. I'm going to face you as an opponent you deserve to be, until the very end." That right there, is true samurai respect. As it turned out, the pitch just missed the zone, resulting in a walk, and Stephen Vogt headed to first base. Shohei Ohtani's perfect game was broken, but what happened next moved countless people. On the mound, Ohtani removed his Los Angeles Angels cap and bowed deeply toward Vogt's back as he walked to first. It was a traditional Japanese bow, one of the most respectful gestures. The TV cameras clearly caught Ohtani's lips moving. Sorry for the ball." Pedro Martinez, a Hall of Fame pitcher, couldn't hide his emotion watching that moment. "Do you guys understand what this is? In American baseball culture, when a pitcher issues a walk, he usually gets mad at himself, drops an F-bomb, or glares at the umpire. But Shohei is different. He apologized. He's saying, 'I'm sorry I couldn't throw the perfect pitch to get you out.' He's a predator with 100 miles per hour heat, and, at the same time, a man who deeply respects his opponent. This is Bushido, the kind we've only ever seen in movies. He didn't just try to defeat his opponent. He tried to do it with the highest level of respect. That philosophy, it gives me chills." In that game, Stephen Vogt shined all the way to the end. In the 7th inning, leading off in what would be the final at-bat of his career, he crushed the first pitch from Zach Weiss, a perfect swing, sending it out for his 6th home run of the season. The stadium erupted. With his index finger raised, Vogt circled the bases with a light, joyful stride. It was his 794th MLB game since his debut in 2012, a truly perfect farewell. On the other hand, Shohei Ohtani also reached a historic milestone that day. Since the World Series began in 1903, he became the first player in history to qualify for both the minimum number of plate appearances and innings pitched, a true double qualification. After the game, Stephen Vogt shared this. "I was hitting .158, you know. Honestly, I was happy just to get on base with a walk-off Ohtani. It was the last game of my career. I mean, no, actually, I'm the one who's grateful. He let me walk, and that helped me. I was like, thank you." When I made eye contact with him at first base, I felt almost embarrassed. I thought I was lucky just to reach base. But he was out there, giving everything he had, trying to throw strikes in my final at-bat. The moment I heard him apologize, I became a fan of him as a person. The spirit of Bushido that Shohei Ohtani embodied wasn't just surface-level kindness. It was the highest form of respect, facing his opponent with everything he had until the very last moment. The deep bow he gave under the spotlight of greatness was like a single flower blooming in the unforgiving world of competition. Beautiful, and forever etched in the memories of those who witnessed it. Though he has been widely praised across MLB, even by managers honored at the highest level in 2025, many of them have fallen in love not just with his talent, but with who he is as a person. And when you look again, the moment that moved manager Stephen Vogt so deeply wasn't something extraordinary for Ohtani. It's simply who he is.
Many MLB managers are praising Ohtani.
First, let's look at what Dave Roberts of the Los Angeles Dodgers had to say. When Shohei Ohtani joined the Dodgers, Roberts said this at a press conference. "I have nothing but respect for Shohei. The way he treats everyone the same, veterans, young players, even the staff. His presence in the clubhouse is more valuable than anything he does on the field." That statement says everything about how respected Ohtani is within the team. Roberts also spoke about Ohtani's humility. He doesn't like talking about his own numbers. He always puts the team first. It's honestly unbelievable that a superstar of his level can stay this humble. Dave Roberts has also spoken about the small but meaningful ways Shohei Ohtani shows consideration in everyday team life. During practice, if a young player makes a mistake and gets discouraged, Ohtani is always the one who goes over to check on him. Even while continuing his unprecedented two-way journey, he never stops paying attention to those around him and supporting his teammates. That's exactly why Roberts says his value goes far beyond what he does on the field. Phil Nevin, who managed the Los Angeles Angels during Ohtani's time there, also looked back on his memories with Shohei Ohtani. In 2022, when Nevin took over as manager, the team was going through a tough stretch. But Ohtani's attitude had a huge impact on the younger players, and Nevin also spoke about his work ethic. He gets to the ballpark earlier than anyone and leaves later than anyone. And during practice, he's constantly talking to teammates, offering advice. He's a superstar, but there's absolutely no ego. What stood out the most, he said, was how Ohtani treated a young pitcher who had just been called up from the minors. The day after that pitcher struggled badly in his MLB debut, the very first person to reach out to him was Shohei Ohtani. Dusty Baker, former manager of the Houston Astros, said in an interview, "Facing Ohtani is a nightmare, but watching him play is a joy. he has a pure love for baseball, and it shows to everyone watching. Baker also commented on the respect Ohtani shows toward opposing teams during games. He doesn't celebrate with flashy gestures after a home run. He always shows respect for the opposing pitcher. That's something young players should learn from. One moment that stood out most to Baker, he said, was how Ohtani acknowledges a great performance by an opponent. When returning to the dugout after striking out, he lightly tips his cap toward the opposing pitcher, a gesture of the highest respect. Bruce Bochy, manager of the Texas Rangers, also shared memorable words about Shohei Ohtani. Bochy told reporters, "It's a blessing to be involved in baseball during the same era as a player like Ohtani. He's changing the game, and above all, he's an amazing human being." Bochy also spoke about Ohtani's actions before games. One time before a game, he went over to our young pitcher and offered words of encouragement. "I've never seen a player do that for members of the opposing team. He's the only one I know." Alex Cora, manager of the Boston Red Sox, also highly praised Shohei Ohtani's approach to the game. He strives for perfection, both as a pitcher and as a hitter. But even more impressive is how much he enjoys the game. That attitude positively impacts everyone around him. Cora also said this after a game in 2024. "Ohtani shakes hands with the opposing players whether he wins or loses. There's a deep respect for the sport of baseball in him. That's not something you can teach. It comes from within." Aaron Boone, manager of the New York Yankees, also shared some compelling thoughts about Shohei Ohtani. "When you talk to him, his passion for baseball comes through. He's always trying to learn and never hesitates to put in the work to get better, no matter how small the detail." Boone also spoke about Ohtani's humility. Despite all he's accomplished, he remains humble, almost like a rookie. He seeks advice from veterans and freely shares guidance with young players. This is what a true leader looks like. From the testimonies of these managers, one thing becomes clear. Ohtani possesses a consistent set of values: a pure love for the game, respect for others, and an unending drive to improve. These three qualities form the very core of his character. What emerges from the words of these legends is clear. Shohei Ohtani is not just a superstar. He's recognized as someone truly special, even by those who know the history of baseball inside and out. Across generations and borders, the legends of the game all sing his praises. Their words show that Ohtani's character is just as valuable, if not more so, than his overwhelming talent. Historic achievements on the field, combined with humility and integrity off the field. Ohtani embodies both perfectly. The respect and humility he continues to demonstrate will keep inspiring countless people and elevating the value of the sport of baseball for years to come.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next